Hi friends, welcome to Sunil Engineering Academy. I am Sunil. Now our channel reached to 50,000 subscribers. So a very big thanks to all the students who are supporting this channel. I want to say one thing. Actually, I never satisfy with increase in subscribers. I can satisfy only if the students of our channel got placed in government job. This is my aim. This is my target. Okay. You know one thing friends? Making videos are not easy friends. To make one video, I have to refer 3 to 4 books and I have to understand the topic totally. After that, I have to record that video, edit, convert and upload it. So to make one educational video, it takes lot of time, lot of work involved in that. Okay. I may not give the better explanation because within less time, I have to cover more syllabus. And here the exam is not theory based, it is objective type. So I feel that it may not require the in detail explanation. But I can surely say that I can give best notes. Okay. All the students are asking for PDF, PDF, PDF. Okay friends, I will post a PDF link in Rrb JE 2019 FB page soon. But I want some support from your side also. If you want to buy any product from Amazon or Flipkart, use the links in my description box. If you buy any product from those links, I will get small 2 to 3% commission, which is useful for our channel growth. Please do this favor. Okay. Let us moving into the class. General science, chemistry. We know that general science weightage is 30 marks. In case of CBT 1, 15 marks in CBT 2. In CBT 1, in these 30 marks, we have physics, chemistry and biology. In CBT 2, that is only physics and chemistry. Okay. Here in the notification, he did not given physics for 10 marks, chemistry for 10 marks, biology for 10 marks. He did not given. So according to the previous paper's analysis, we may expect the more weightage from physics. So here the weightage is more than 10 for physics. It is only expectation friends. Okay. So that's why I more focused on the physics classes. Okay. Next one, coming to the chemistry. If we observe the syllabus of chemistry up to 10th standard based on CBSE, NCERT books, in 10th class, chemical reactions and equations, acids and bases, salts, metals and non-metals, carbon and its compounds, periodic classification of elements. This is the syllabus in 10th class. Chemical reactions and equations, all the, that is organic chemistry, acids and bases, metals which are non-metals, carbon and its compounds, that is carbon, graphite, diamond, and periodic classification of elements, that is classification of all the elements, that is periodic table. Coming to the 9th class syllabus, atoms and molecules, structure of atom, that is it belongs to atomic structure. And 8th class, coming to this 8th class, synthetic fibers and plastics, very important, plastics, metals and non-metals. So metals and non-metals comes under 10th class and also 8th class. And coal and petroleum, it is very important, combustion of flame. And coming to the 6th and 7th syllabus, that is fiber to the fabric, sorting materials into groups, separation of substances. This is the entire syllabus based on CBSE up to 10th standard. 8th, 9th, 10th syllabus is very important for chemistry. Okay. First of all, in this first class, I am going to teach this 9th syllabus, that is atomic structure. Atomic structure. Okay. atomic structure. Here, several scientists proposed their laws on this atomic structure. Here, the first one, law of constant proportions. Law of constant proportions. We can also call this law of constant proportion as law of definite proportions. Definite proportions. Okay. What is this law of constant proportions or definite proportions? Scientists noted that many compounds were composed of two or more elements. Two or more elements. Okay. Scientists noted that many compounds are composed of two or more elements. If you take the example, then you will get clear idea. Take an example, water. That is, we know that H2O. Here this water is composed of this hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, hydrogen and oxygen. According to this law, in a chemical substance, the elements, that is the elements, are always present in definite proportions. Always present in definite proportions by mass. Okay, once again, according to this law, in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. That means, if you take the same example, that is water, in this, if you take 9 grams of water, here 1 gram is hydrogen and 8 grams is oxygen. Okay, that means here the hydrogen and oxygen and their masses are in the proportions of 1:8. 1:8. Okay, here the ratio of hydrogen to the mass of the ratio of mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8 only. If you take any amount of water, in that water the proportions of hydrogen and oxygen masses are in 1:8 only. If you take 9 grams, it is 1 gram hydrogen and 8 grams oxygen. If you take 18 grams water, in that 2 grams hydrogen and 16 grams oxygen. In this way, that means the proportion is 1:8 only. Okay, so that means here all the elements, okay, here in any chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. Okay, this is the law of constant proportion or definite proportion. After this, one more theory came into picture, that is Dalton atomic theory. Dalton atomic theory. According to this Dalton, he said that the smallest particle in matter, if you take smallest particle in matter, are called atoms. And his theory is based on laws of chemical combination. Laws of chemical combination. That is, laws of chemical combination are nothing but laws of definite proportions and also law of conservation of mass. That is, mass neither be created nor be destroyed. It can changes its form only. Okay. And according to this Dalton theory, all matter is made up of very tiny particles. All matter made up of very tiny particles, that is small particles. Those are called atoms. Okay, which are participate in chemical reaction, and these atoms are invisible. According to Dalton, these atoms are invisible. That means they can't be created and can't be destroyed. Okay. And the next important point, atoms of given element are identical. Atoms of given elements are identical in mass and chemical reaction. And atoms are for different elements. Atoms of different elements are different in masses and different chemical properties. Okay. Atoms of different elements have different masses and different chemical properties. This is the Dalton theory. Okay. Next, atom and their size. Atom and their size. Here, the atomic radius is measured in nanometer. In nanometer. If you take one atom, this radius is measured in nanometer. We know that 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power 9 meter. Okay. If you take the examples of hydrogen atom, here the radius of this hydrogen atom in meters, that is 10 power minus 10. If you take water, here the radius in meters, that is 10 power minus 9 meter. Okay, so that means the atoms are very small in size. Okay, and the next important one, fundamental particles. Fundamental particles. We know that what are the fundamental particles? Electron, proton and neutron. Electron, proton and neutron. Okay, first of all, coming to this electron. We know that this electron is discovered by J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson in 1897 in cathode rays experiment. In his cathode rays experiment. Okay, and we know that this electron is negatively charged. Negatively charged particle. Very important. Electron is negatively charged particle. And coming to this charge of electron. Charge of electron, that is negatively charged, that is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Okay. And coming to the mass of this electron, 9.11 into 10 power minus 31 kg. And among all these fundamental particles, electron is lightest one. Lightest one. Okay. And the second fundamental particle, proton. Proton. Here, the famous scientist Goldstein observed positively charged particles in his canal rays experiment. And named it as canal rays. That positively charged particles named as canal rays. But he did not given the exact idea of these positively charged particles. After his Rutherford, one more scientist, Rutherford, verified these positively charged particles and given name as proton. In 1919. Okay, so the proton, we can say the protons are discovered by Goldstein, but the proton name is given by Rutherford. Okay, name is given by Rutherford. And we know that these are positively charged particles. Positively charged particles. Okay, and coming to this charge, here electron is negative charge. Here charge is same, but these are positively charged. So positive 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Okay, and coming to the mass is heavier than this electron. So 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. This is the mass of proton. Minus 27 means higher than this, minus 31. So proton has high mass than electron. Okay. Next fundamental particle, that is neutron. Neutron. Here the neutron is identified by the scientist Chadwick. Scientist Chadwick. And these neutrons are electrically neutral. That means it has no charge. No charge, only mass. And mass is almost equal to the proton, that is 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. Okay. Once again, electrons are negatively charged and discovered by J.J. Thomson, and protons are positively charged particles, and neutrons are electrically neutral. Okay. One, structure of atom. Here several scientists proposed their structures of atoms. The first one, J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson proposed the structure of atom that is similar to that of Christmas pudding or watermelon concept. Here, according to this J.J. Thomson theory, the atoms, if you take atom, this atom consists of positive charged sphere, and electrons are embedded in it. We can take this watermelon for better understanding. In this watermelon, here all the edible parts of red edible part, all this red edible part consider as positive charge, and the seeds of watermelon are considered as electrons. Okay. Here, if you take watermelon, the positive charge in atom is spread all over like this edible part of red, while the electrons are like seeds in the watermelon. Okay. And also here he said that positive charges are almost equal to the negative charges in magnitude. So the atoms are electrically neutral. According to him, atoms are electrically neutral. Okay. And coming to the drawbacks of this J.J. Thomson, it could not explain alpha particle scattering. This is explained by another scientist, that is Rutherford. So based on this Rutherford model, he conducted alpha particle scattering and proposed the model of atom. And according to this Rutherford model, if you take any atom, the center of atom is called as nucleus. The center of atom is called as nucleus, and all the mass resides in this nucleus. So all the mass resides in this nucleus, and all the electrons revolve around this nucleus in well-defined orbits. So the most part of the atom is empty. Okay, he said that if you take any atom, the center point is called as nucleus, and all the mass resides in the nucleus, and the electrons are revolve around this nucleus. So the most of the part here is empty, and the size of the nucleus and the size of this nucleus is very small, very small when compared to the atom. This is the Rutherford model, and he got the Nobel Prize in 1908 for his experiment on alpha particle scattering and the model of atom. Okay, and coming to the drawback of this Rutherford model is, we know that the atoms are stable. But according to this theory, the results, the atoms undergo unstable. So that's why this model was discarded. Okay, friends. The next important atomic model, that is Bohr's atomic structure, that will be explained in next class. Okay, thank you.